Alright, so we're going to be doing another part of this book, Zarathustra. This is part 2, section 5 on the Virtuous. Basically, this is a little section that has to do with the idea of virtue. He kind of goes through a few different ideas of virtue, and he kind of goes against the idea of revenge and punishment. Certain things that are stated in the Bible he is entirely against. So talks about how he says, you who are virtuous still want to be paid. Do you want rewards for virtue in heaven and earth, and the eternal for free for you today? And now you are angry with me because I teach that there's no reward in paymaster. And verily I do not even teach that virtue is its own reward. For this is your truth. You are too pure for the filth of the words revenge, punishment, reward, retribution. You love your virtue as a mother her child. But when has a mother ever wished to be paid for her love? Your virtue is what is dearest to you. So it has to do with being a certain person, and not being a virtuous person because it's going to pay out a certain thing or to have some sort of reward for it. It's against that whole idea. That your virtue is yourself and not something foreign, a skin, a cloak that is the truth of the foundation of your souls. You who are virtuous. So virtue is, I guess, a part of yourself. Just it has to do with your own character, and it's something that you do because you are trying to be a certain way, and in that you are trying to be something above the rabble or the other people, I guess. And there are others who call it virtue when their vices grow lazy, and when their hatred and jealousy stretch their limbs for once, then their justice comes to life and rubs its sleepy eyes. So also virtue is not when you are not. So virtue is not lack of vices. It's not. It's not when you're not being a bad person. It's not the negation of vice. And there are others who, like sheep clocks that must be wound, they tick, and they want the tick-tock to be called virtue, to be called, to going and keep doing things in life to be virtue. And others are part of their handful of justice and commit outrages against all things for its sake, till the world is drowned in their injustice. Virtue, that is sitting still in a swamp. We bite no one and avoid those who want to bite, and in all things we hold the opinion that is given to us. So virtue is sort of a still thing, being a certain way above everything else. Yet Zarathustra did not come to say, all these liars and fools, what do you know of virtue? What could you know of virtue? Rather that you, my friends, might grow weary of the old words you have learned from the fools and liars, weary of the words reward, retribution, punishment, and revenge, and justice. Weary of saying what makes an act good is that it is unselfish. O my friends, that yourself be in your deed as the mother is in her child. Let that be your word concerning virtue. So, to kind of sum this up, this idea of virtue is more. It's basically being a certain way above others, or to be a certain way. And kind of taking the idea of virtue and making it a still good and a good transcending way of existence over the rabble, and taking kind of cutting the idea of virtue from ideas of retribution or punishment or reward and stuff like that, and it's a certain state that is above. Verily I may have taken 100 words from you, and the dearest toys of your virtue, and you now are angry with me, and his children are angry. They played by the sea, a wave came and carried off their toys to the depths, they are now crying. The same wave shall bring them now new toys, and shower new colorful shells before them. Thus they will be comforted, and like them, you too, my friends, shall have your comfortings and new colorful shells. Okay, so that's kind of a general overview. If you think I should have explained this a little bit better as possible, that'll do let me know in the comments below. Thank you.